Zelensky urges West to increase pressure on Russia after failed Istanbul talks.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has urged Western allies to step up pressure on Moscow following stalled peace negotiations in Istanbul, warning that the world must deliver a strong response to force Russia to change course and end the ongoing conflict. The high-level direct talks between Russia and Ukraine on May 16th, the first in over 3 years, failed to produce a ceasefire agreement, dashing hopes for a breakthrough. Although both sides agreed to exchange 1,000 prisoners each and to submit proposals for a future ceasefire, the 90-minute meeting did not result in any concrete steps toward ending the war. Speaking after the meeting, Zelensky emphasized the need for stronger international action. If negotiations yield no real outcome, the world must respond forcefully, he warned, according to AFP on May 17th. Held at Istanbul's Dolmabahce Palace and hosted by Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan, the talks marked a rare direct dialogue between Russian and Ukrainian delegations. Despite the limited success of the prisoner swap deal, hailed by both sides as a significant result, there was no immediate agreement on a ceasefire. Both delegations agreed to submit formal proposals for a potential ceasefire in the future. Russian chief negotiator Vladimir Medinsky said Moscow was satisfied with the outcome and willing to continue discussions. However, Ukraine reiterated that it would not accept any agreement without an unconditional ceasefire and accused Russia of making unacceptable demands, including territorial concessions, a red line for both Ukraine and its Western allies. President Zelensky criticized Russian President Vladimir Putin for fearing a direct meeting, suggesting that Moscow does not take the peace process seriously. Zelensky also called on Western nations to deliver a firm response should negotiations collapse, hinting at the possibility of new sanctions to increase pressure on the Kremlin. French President Emmanuel Macron confirmed that European countries are working closely with the United States to prepare additional sanctions if Russia continues to reject an unconditional ceasefire.
Russia reveals condition for Putin-Zelensky meeting.
Putin and Zelensky haven't met since December 2019. One of the key outcomes of the first direct talks between Russian and Ukrainian delegations in over 3 years was a mutual agreement to work toward a potential high-level summit. A day after the Istanbul negotiations, the Kremlin announced on May 17th that a meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky could take place in the future, but only if certain agreements are reached between both sides. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov did not specify what those agreements would entail from Russia's perspective. Notably, Putin and Zelensky have not met face-to-face since December 2019. According to Russian state media, Peskov stated that Moscow is currently preparing a list of conditions for a possible ceasefire, which will be communicated privately to Kyiv. During the direct talks held in Turkey on May 16th, Russia reiterated its long-standing demands, first issued 3 years ago, to end hostilities. Ukraine, however, said that the Russian delegation put forward several points we consider unacceptable. Despite the disagreements, both sides reportedly agreed to exchange around 1,000 prisoners each in the coming days and are drafting proposals for a potential ceasefire, though hopes for a major breakthrough remain slim. Zelensky once again called for stronger sanctions on Moscow to force Russia to agree to a ceasefire. Without tougher sanctions, without stronger pressure, Russia will not pursue any genuine diplomatic solutions, the Ukrainian leader said on the X/Twitter platform on May 16th. Also on May 16th, US President Donald Trump predicted that he might meet with Putin, implying that he sees a direct meeting between the US and Russian leaders as the only way to mediate an end to the conflict. "I think we will reach a deal. We have to meet, and I believe we might schedule something because I'm tired of letting others meet and everything else," Trump said in an interview with Fox News broadcast on the evening of May 16th. The interview was recorded while President Trump was in the Middle East and aired upon his return to Washington. Even as the European Union, EU, is drafting a new sanctions package targeting Russia's financial sector as a way to pressure President Putin, Trump downplayed the likelihood of new sanctions at this time. "No one uses leverage better than I do," Trump told Fox News. "I'll use that leverage if I have to. But I don't want to use that leverage."